Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello. Get a few things set up here, and we will get at her rolling. Oh, shiz. Let's see if that work. There we go. Bing. Remove embeds. What's up, Remo? Dude, you are fast. How you always get here so fast? How's it going, man? Good evening. Okay, I think I got everything set up here. Let me put this over here. Yo, Sobaz. Sobaz. Good evening, sir. That's awesome, Remo. I love that. I miss watching streams at work. Feels like the good old days. Hello, Overworld. That bell paying dividends. Oh, yeah. Tabula is just my favorite skin. It's just it's a rare chest with a tabula on it. I'm a closet obsessor about the cosmetics in this game, and very particular about what's on my character and what's not. It's really silly. It shouldn't be, but there you go. There's the real me. Yo, we already got a follower. New follower. Job 000M. How does one come up with such a name? Wrathpith Gamba isn't going well. Dude, that's a hard one. I don't know what your expectations are, but statistically, Wrathpith is a very hard one. Zen Cupcake. See, there's a name I can understand. Zen Cupcake. Dude loves cupcakes. I didn't know dudes could love cupcakes that much. Maybe it's a girl. I mean, you're going to have to do a lot more to expect the outcome. I think I did about 60 on this one, but things were cheaper then. The cultivation orbs are like brutally expensive now, right? 13. That's actually not too bad, to be honest, compared to, I mean, when you think about how many divs the temple prints, no problem. Been a gamer tag that was random, so I was like 10. It's very memorable, so it's a good one. You got yours like 73rd. Yeah, I think, I don't know what it is statistically, but I know it's hard because, one, your initial vol can brick it. If these go down from 6, it's cooked. Then you do need to quality it, and you do need to socket it, where there's some where you don't need to quality. Then you need the cultivation orb to replace 2 modifiers, and then it needs to replace 2 of the right ones because you need these 3. So I have to imagine statistically it's very difficult, Slam. But then again, what is it? Probably like 2K div if you hit. 2K div if you hit. Is that one right? Yeah, that one's right. So, you know, I would think you'd have to hit about 100 of these to hit 2K in investment, right? So as long as the law of averages is under 100 tries, you should be all right. I don't know what the chance is on the cultivation orb outcome. Does anyone know? Maybe the wiki knows. Let's look. Let's dig in for some info. Randomly replaces 1 or 2. So it can't do 0. Okay. I didn't even know it did this second thing. Fascinating. It is hypothesized to have a 20% chance to replace 2 modifiers. Okay. And then I wonder what the chance is to downgrade your item. It's 50-50 for either an enchant or a downgrade, right? Or sorry, an enchant or a change, like a divine to the modifiers, plus minus change. I don't actually know what the chance is that you lose this item on the initial vol. It's probably pretty low. We'll say you lose like 1 in 10. Then this is a 20% chance to replace 2. And then it needs to replace a specific 2 out of 5. And then it needs to replace them with the specific 2 out of 4 that are good. Golly, it's sounding really bad. It's sounding worse than 1 in 100. Dude, that's really cool, Spooky. That sounds really fun, too. That sounds like a good time. All right, so first thing is up. I got to run some maps. I'm working on a quick guide for farming Vol crystals quickly, which I don't know how useful it will be. I think a lot of people are starting to retire from the season, and not too many are temple building. The ones that have already built a temple probably already know all this stuff, but we're going to cover light radius. Of course, talk about a little bit why it's important. I think it makes sense, and then your options for getting it. Organizing your waystones and chances for 2 or 3 crystals. Grand project stuff, obvious, but here's the real meat of the sandwich. I'm going to have a tier list for the maps you should and should not run, which is nearly complete. I think there's still a few left to add in here. But yeah, pretty close. It's bad we're considered lucky to get it before 100. Yeah, it is. It is. Well, it's a tough one. I feel like it should be worth more, but there must not be many people with this build. Yeah, so generally, mix drops, generally this build is in the guide. Now, I've done 2 new iterations since publishing and updating this POB in the guide, and I'll drop the guide in the chat. The iteration today is brand new. Trying out I'm trying out some different techs to improve the speed of temple clear. And what you will see today is just like off the charts. It is certainly better than what I've been doing, and arguably like way faster. Kind of hard to evaluate. Okay, this is Sump. Sump is a B tier. There's a bit of variance. It's generally pretty easy to navigate around, though, and it's a reasonably small area. Sometimes it's right up front. One of my rules for crystal farming is checking both sides of the waypoint at the start, if you can, like if the layout allows it. Because I find that the most common location is near the waypoint on one side or the other. So we'll see if it was actually over here on the right. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's just chilling over there on the right. There it is. Bing. I can get 60 crystals in under 30 minutes now. It's pretty solid. Give or take with the like grand projects and how many maps I need to full clear. I think I'll go full clear this. Wait. Does that go there? What is that? I guess we'll find out. Well, that's already been done. Rip my life. Oh, here we go. I got some over here. Here's Slick. Slick is good. Slick's on my B tier. Did you see the build Fireball in COC? It's insane. No, I didn't. I've seen Connor's like Fireball Incinerate. It's pretty cool. Still kind of a lot slower than Spark, but it's cool. I just can't imagine, like, if it's not faster in the temple than this build, I am not impressed. I'm interested. Like, I find the creativity of the builds to be like cerebrally appealing, but I'm not too interested in like exploring it when this one is like unbelievably optimized speed and damage. And here is why Slick is B tier. Sometimes you just have to run like the whole map. I dropped a white gold ring. Yay. In the temple, white items don't drop. I don't drop bases ever anymore. There's too much rarity. So it's one fun thing about mapping. I have a few select bases on in my filter, and I actually get to see them. Yo, what's up, Fishy? Good evening, dude. How are you? Sump. Do I have Sump tiered? I do. It's B tier. Cool. Did I just do Sump? I just did Sump. Man, my brain fog, man. Worked all day. Took care of the kids for a number of hours. Watched some TV with the wife. And here we are. It is the end of a long one. And I'm happy to be here. Creek. I don't have Creek. Creek is a B or a C tier. I'm trying to remember which layout Creek is. Yeah, Creek might be C tier. Creek is kind of like Bloodwood, but it's like daytime. And yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Just high variance. Like, that's how I'm evaluating the tiers on these ones where it's like, it could be really close, but it could be really far. Creek has very high variance, and it's pretty large and not exactly like a piece of cake to navigate. Riverhold, I don't believe I've evaluated. Oh, I have. Riverhold is C tier. Okay. What's up, babe? Good evening. Babe, what are you doing on YouTube? Weird to see you on the YouTubes. What's up, Adeline? Yeah, we're using Light Radius. Not a ton. I just have a 35 Gifts from Above and Calandras. I used to run more, but the speed of like the other things I run instead of more Light Radius is, in my opinion, faster than having more Light Radius at this point. Wait, that's the end of that little circuit. Let me see here. Well, thanks, game. This is really helpful. There we go. Is this one done? Yep, that one's done too. And this one's mostly done as well. Okay, I need to find a new tower, it looks like. Jeez. Will Temple get drastically nerfed in .5? Oh, yes. Temple as we know it will be unrecognizable. It won't just be nerfed, it'll be redesigned. In the GGG world, they really screwed up. Like, this is a big mistake, even though we're loving it. Bambuchi Gooey still looking for Adonai's. Oh my gosh, dude. That's a long search. So Lofty Summit is in our D tier. It is a really bad one. However, we have to do it because I got to get to a tower here. No, you love your Gigachads, babe. I don't usually Gigachad this hard. I'm like a medium Chad. But this temple thing's got me full Giga'd. Oh, Lofty Summit's so annoying for Vol Crystal farming. Alright, so that's done, but I do need to get the boss. Crazy couple RMT sellers cooked the market that over 50k players depend on. What happened specifically? I'm not familiar. Is it with Light Radius? What's up, Torrent? Australian servers are cooked. I'm grinding the infinite load screen. That's brutal. You know, just before I went live, I was doing Temple with a friend of mine, and we were noticing some very odd lag. So I wonder if there's something consistent going on there. Seepage is C tier or D tier. What do you all think? Any opinions on that? Little sip of the Dr. Pepper. All 23 flavors. I think it's D tier. It's like almost never at the start. And it's very like expansive. It has a lot of like backtracking if you don't pick the right direction. It's got all the makings of a D tier. It also has like so many checkpoints that it's hard to get the checkpoints required for a reveal. Now that I talk about it, it is full on D tier. That might be it right there. Yep. Boop. Ooh. Can play on American servers, but the ping's terrible. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Especially for certain gameplay types. Yeah, the name is something. Oh yeah, I need to go get the boss. Oops. I'm bad. Bad to the bone. The boss is also hard to find. Still not on the mini-map. Ooh, I wonder if my video I should talk about map overlay settings. Probably should. A lot of people don't know about that stuff. Or they don't realize how important it is. Easy, easy. Next is Steaming Springs. That should be C tier. Let's see if I did it right. I've got it as B tier. It is pretty easy to navigate. Interesting. Rule number 1 for temple farming. I need to write it into the guide. Always check both sides around the spawn point. It's going to be like rule 2.5. More than likely, oh, I got to get the boss again. Dang, these are going so well, but I got to do boss. More than likely, your Vol Crystal on an open layout map, so not like an alleyway type map, is going to be just to the left or just to the right of your spawn-in checkpoint. Maps are such a joke this season. For fun, I kind of want to hop in a map and do like Super Juiced Abyss a few times just to see what it looks like on this build. I think it'd be really exciting. Okay, the boss is down here, I guess. I missed him. Whoa. A little bit speed going. Easy does it. Boing. Ice Cave. Do I have Ice Cave ranked? I don't think I do. Ice Cave is a C. It's not a very large map, but it's a bit labyrinthy, and it has a lot of backtracking. A little better with Blink. You can kind of get around some of the corners and stuff easier, over some of the chasms. Could be D though. It's also a 2-tiered map. There's like a large bridge in the middle. If it's across the bridge, then it's a pretty long journey. Probably ends up in the D tier because of the high variance. Not sure. The jury's out on this one. Adeline asks, if you were doing COC, would you prefer 100% crit 540 damage or 93 680? What? Oh, I see what you mean. I would want 100 540. It depends a bit on what the skill is that we're referring to. Oh yeah, boss. I'm crazy. Like, it depends on what skill we're talking about. It needs to be that high of crit. For instance, like Spark with all the projectiles, it doesn't need to be 100 to hit the monster as constantly as it can, because Spark has an attack time limiter. So, like, you know, even if you have a 100 crit chance, one Spark that you cast can only crit every 0.66 seconds. So I would say if your Spark has lots of projectiles, like you're running Scion's Temper and Cold Infusion, then I would go with the less crit, more damage. Proj speed matters a bit too in that equation. There's a lot to consider there. Whoa! That's a scary guy right there. What's up, V-Champosphere? Did I do the same tempo as Fump Gun? Pretty much. Oops. Someone said you could corrupt these. Lies. I knew it was lies. Would Pounce be a better alternative to Blink to save Spirit? Easier to control. Find myself blinking into walls quite a bit. I wish I could answer that. I've never used Pounce. It requires you to swap off your Scepter and Wand, right? I would say if that is true, if the answer to that is yes, then no. Blink's better. Because the way that Spark and COC work, most of the damage is being done while I'm, like, moving and blinking. Like, I don't stand still in Spark in weapon set 1. Like, I'm constantly blinking. So if I had to swap to Pounce, I'd be losing out on Wrathpith while I'm swapped. That's really bad. Spooky asks, with upcoming endgame rework in PoE 2.5, do you think GGG will make our Atlas as in-depth as PoE 1? I think one of their goals is to not overwhelm the experience of playing PoE for the first time. Which anyone who is not a PoE 1 bro, who has tried PoE 1, knows the value in that goal. The game is completely overwhelming to try to be a part of if you are new. And so they want to avoid that, which I think makes a lot of sense. However, they need to... The diversity in game needs improvement, right? In general. So I think we'll get something more diverse, but I don't think it'll be as expansive as PoE 1 for a long time while they try to continue to attract new players. Thanks for the follow, Adeline. Made a mistake, did not save second sack. Was wondering his way to fix the Tharum Corrupt Chamber at the end. No. Nope, you can actually do the corner Golem Works without the Roman Road and the sack, so you actually don't need that one. But the Thom turn, you have to have it, I believe. Yo, what's up, Slave? Welcome, dude. I'm doing great. How are you? Okay. That's that. Let me see how many temple runs I got there just walking to that tower. Probably wasn't too bad. 30. Works for me. All right, so let me give a little teaser preview of what's new in the build before you see it. So we're running this ring, which is best in slot for rarity. I do think instead of the max life, it would probably be better if it was percent max mana, like this one. Because the mana is giving us like more damage than anything now. And then, yeah, instead of caster modifiers, at that point you would do mana modifiers. Perfect out that strength and int roll. However, what we care about is the cast speed, because what we've done is we've swapped in a full-on proj speed setup for Spark. It's at 167 unbuffed, and then 211, I believe, with the headhunter buffs. And what this does is every cast of Spark is reaching all corners of a temple room. And you'll see the results of that here in a moment. All right, we're locked. Got an extra crimson. Let's go. Managed to farm up 1,800 divs. Bought a Giga endgame amulet for Omnistack. Awesome, dude. That's amazing.
These temples always rearranging.
VChamp, if you want to post it, we have in Discord a Temple Talk channel. And if you want to post there, I can pull it up and take a look. We got some guys in there too who are like better at templing than I am. They'd be able to answer you as well. All right, where am I blocked here? There we go. All right, so watch how fast these rooms clear. It's insane. You're on Twitch. There should be a Discord link down at the bottom, or underneath the video. Are the Spark changes going to be updated in the Mobalytics guide after I know they are better in slot? I have to test things a while to like understand the, pros and cons, implications of the choices. So far, it's feeling way better, but sometimes you don't realize something for a little while. But yeah, this speed is absolutely off the charts. It is like so much faster than the other variant. It's crazy. And the Spark tooltip's up to 1.45 million. You'll love to see that. How'd he farm 1,800 divs? He ran the temple about 12 times. That's all it took. That's my guess. That's how I would do it. Yo, what's up, Violin? Welcome, dude. I'm doing good. How are you? Good evening, good evening. Thanks for coming by. Let's see, I'm stuck here. Here we go. Disgusting, I want that. Yeah, it's very fast.
None can oppose me.
What's up, Terry? Terry? I'm building my temple. I'm just wondering, is it alright if my architect is in the middle? I'm following a template on Sulo. That one's connected to Spymaster on the right side. Mine's in the middle. I'm not sure which temple layout you're doing, but mine's in the middle. Mine is right here. It's actually my favorite spot because it's the easiest to build all the way around. How do you get Spark to 1.3 mil? You do all this stuff. Check out the guide. Actually, the guide Spark only goes to 1.2 mil. The recent changes have bumped it up 150k. Following the easy Milky BK has him going around on the right. I mean, if your brain can wrap your head around like doing the same chain but with the architect in a different place, and you're good to go, it's usually always okay. I did not trust my brain to do that because I was building the very, very hard layout. So I put in the legwork at the start to get him where I wanted him. But I have seen people like doing the same layout as me, and it's like, oh, their architect's over there. That person's smart. Nicely done. Azzy Mac, thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome, welcome. A 48? 48's probably still worth nothing, right? If I can price check things, please. Yeah. Put a link in Discord? Okay. Cool, man. How long did it take to finish Juice Temple? So I have like a full-time IRL, and it took 2 weeks. I think it took a little over 2 weeks. I don't know the number of hours. I didn't really keep track of that. And I screwed up a lot. I didn't have any like total full restart screw-ups, but I had like a 2-day screw-up. Took 2 days to fix. And the temple has printed me like 1.5 mirrors plus my entire build, so probably 3 or 4 mirrors of straight farm from the temple. I don't do a lot of like thrifting hideout warrior stuff. I've done a little more actually in the last 2 days than I ever have, just because the temple farming is starting to feel lackluster because a mirror is like 7k div now. So even though temple is cranking divs are just really like, you know, they're still falling. Your PC would go to outer space. Yeah, I need to probably unbind alt from the show items. I do that in PoE 1. I need to do that in this game now. What's up, Anton? Welcome, dude. So as you can see with the proj speed, the spark projectiles, the speed of their travel, allows them to get to every corner of the temple room on every spark I cast. I mean, if there was no, what's it called, proximal tangibility on the monsters, one spark would clear the whole room with this amount of proj speed. And I think I'm going to try to get even more. The crash is coming over the weekend? You think so? Interesting. You sold your locks at 1320. Are you certain it's coming, Azzy? I feel like it just keep going up because it's still... I've run a ton of temples. I've run them P4, I've run them P2, like 100 solo. I've only found 2 locks. They're just that rare. And they're so important for the type of crafting that goes on at this stage. Like, people want to sanctify right now. Maps are required to run. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the maps part very much either, but it's gotten really fast. I mean, it's 30 to 40 minutes to get 60, so that's pretty dang fast. Because when your temple's done, 60 crystals worth of temples lasts like a really long time. It's when you're building that it's kind of painful, because you get like a couple of spy masters and then you got to go farm crystals again. It's not fun in that phase. In this phase, you go farm some maps and you're good for like many hours. Dip is coming over the next 48 hours. It's going to come down by 10 to 15%. Dude, that would be crazy. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold my divs or my locks and mirrors. Farming pinnacles feels like a waste of time. I mean, their really good drops are the equivalent of like, you know, lock mirror type stuff. But yeah, otherwise, the temple is like just, it has that consistency to it where it's like, you know, it's like 80 to 100 divs every time. And then the chance for high roll is probably the highest of any other content. Because a high roll is a lock, and a lock is like 1,000 divs. So I'm with you, man. Other stuff probably feels futile. I think Abyss Farm probably still like keeps pace with Temple without as high of a chance for a major like high roll drop. A billion spy masters show up. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Wait till you need your sack card on the right turn. Been doing king and the drops suck. I mean, the money in king is omens, which are pretty random in the king drop. If I wanted omens, I'd run ritual. And the other money in the king is slamming ingenuities. If you're just selling them outright, I can see that being absolutely awful. But if you want to slam for a double 35, which is worth like 4 mirrors, you might feel different about it. It's hard to tell. Spooky, I'm seeing your question about profit crafting. It's hard to say. One of the reasons profit crafting is so good this late in this league is that a lot of people have money to do fun things. I heard divs drop. Maybe it's actually in the next room in my project. Oh, yeah. My spark got all the way over here from the last room. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, everybody feels good about like, okay, I got a couple hundred divines chilling here. Let me do some crafting, you know? A lot of leagues, even this late in, like each divine is still so precious, so people are really stingy about sinking their money into crafts. Slamming ingenuities, yeah, the belts. The belt that drops from king very frequently. I don't know what people are paying for them, but I know that the ring buff rolls can be worth a lot. So if you wanted to slam them, you would take each one and you would divine it to 3 charm slots. And then you would use an Omen of Corruption and a Vol Orb. And it is slammed. If you have Coconut Cojones, you can slam it twice with an Architect Orb. Wasted 5k div yesterday in crafting. Hey, there's an honest story. That's no fish story right there. This man is here to sober you all up. One Man Army says, if you think that's normal, what you are doing right now, and next league will be the same, you really have a wrong view of MMORPGs. Yeah, no, they won't. I don't think they'll goof up this bad next league. The thing that's funny is everybody was complaining about how the temple was a waste of time and it was a no reward mechanic. And meanwhile, it's sitting here looking like this. We just hadn't gotten to it yet. GGG's probably like, God, kids are so impatient these days. If they would just get to the end game, they would realize temple's most broken thing we ever made. God, these golem rooms are a nightmare sometimes. Dude. What the heck? Yeah, that could be true, Spooky. That could be true. My hope is that they adjust things so that ground loot is more exciting. I mean, this is 2 seasons in a row now where I just have ground loot turned off. It's kind of ridiculous for an RPG. Like, there's only, like, even 2 uniques that are exciting to find anymore. And last season, definitely there were still uniques that were exciting to find, but, I mean, all the rares and like, magics were turned off. What's up, Varkon? Here's the guide, man. Manbear just got his first mirror drop. Bought a 3k wand. Congrats on the mirror, dude. That's insane. Were you solo? Were you P1? Lucky! Yeah, exactly. Now, Frostwall will unstick the golems and make them immediately killable, which is very nice. So you do a lot of Frostwall in those rooms. But the room is still a nightmare. There's that huge thing in the middle of it. It's really annoying when you start optimizing. You had a P3 going. Very cool. Well, it's really awesome. I'm always excited for somebody that finds a mirror. That is the dream, baby. If I remember VChamp, I'll look after this temple's over. But yeah, anybody who's in Discord, vSphere has a temple question. He posted a like an image in the Discord Temple Talk channel. Whew, it's fast. Holy. Golly. Anybody know what Stump the Chumps is? Stump the Chumps. Yeah, exactly, VJ or VG. Exactly, it would be, and it would like crash my computer. Tink. Where was that Tink? Back here? Where was that? Was that in the next room? This Proj Speed Spark is tripping me, man. Yep, it was. The sparks are getting halfway into the next room through a narrow doorway. That's how good the Proj Speed is. For clear. If you could just find a way around proximal tangibility. I don't think there is one, though. That's the whole point. Samco, thanks for following, man. Welcome, welcome. Good evening. Last room? Yep, last room. Woohoo! We're going to walk out of there in style. That's true. Yeah, that's a huge upgrade. It's been nice having gold be automatic. Not going to lie. Generator! Oh my god, I'm running out of lock medallions. It's kind of weird. Okay, let me see how I did there. And we'll dump the rings. Oh my lord. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 86 raw div. Not bad. This should be 11 or 12. Whoa, Vertex going up. 14.
I'll do what I can to sell it for you.
So that's 100. This is usually 4. That's 104. Here's a 6% Winners. That's 20. So 124. Those are bad. Also bad. 35 annuls. Those are like 8 apiece. So 129. And these are like 2 for 1, 130. And then the cultivation orb is 13. 143 divine run. I assume it was about 12 minutes because that's been my average, so not a bad div per minute. We'll take it.
Hail.
Crazy.
I'll do
Just
what I
crazy.
can to sell it for you.
Thanks for the follow, Turtle. Welcome, welcome, and good evening. The price checker is PoE Overlay 2. 2 Hina and 1 Temple. Get out. Get out, Anton. Congrats. That's ridiculous. Maybe, VG. Thanks for doing that. All right, let's see here. Temple Talk. If I lock the 2 therms and the armory in the bottom left, can I fix the therm corruption chamber? Oh, no, you looped. How did this happen? How did you do this? All right, so what's the goal here? The goal is to get this thing out and replace it with a corruption chamber. The goal is to do that, I'm guessing. And then you're stuck. Oh, the loop is you trying to fix it. Oh, I see. Well, that's interesting. So here, therm, corruption. Yeah. Does that match with the layout? No, that doesn't match the layout. Let me go back to where you were. All right, so you're here. And what you want is a corruption chamber right here, right? Go like that, maybe. Clear those. And then corruption here, and then clear that. That's the way, right? I just don't know how you get the loop out of there, is the thing. I don't think you can lock your way out of this loop. This loop is really bad. All right, so let's evaluate this loop. Anything can be ripped out of this loop, right? This guy is safe. And then after that, nothing is safe. If it were me, you don't have the second sack chamber. Dang, man. I mean, you could try to get lucky. I don't know how many locks you have. You know, these... I want to lock the bottom left armory, this guy, and the two Thoms, these guys. And you'd hope to clear out these two. Save this. Seems like the best option to me. It would save this. Well, I don't know, man. When there's a loop like this, it's really hard to know what would happen. Because technically, you could still just have this chamber yoinked out, right? Those are still in two loops. The theory is that it will eat the most number of rooms, right? So it wouldn't yoink this. It would instead go boom, boom, boom. That's the theory. So if the theory is right and you do that, it's going to go like this. Because it wants to eat the most rooms. Could it do anything else? No, I don't think so. I think you have the best approach. And God be with you. Loops are mean. You can simulate a destabilize, but no, at least the last time I used it, there's not a lock mechanism for simulating. All right, here we go. Speaking of locks, we need some lock medallions. I'm running low here. Very scary, dude. Alt Vista. What's up, man? Welcome. Follow. Thank you. Welcome, follow. Thank you. I gotta change up my sound here. It is time, finally, to just turn sound effects way, way down. This will be the way. It's going to sound really weird, though. Just have the filter sounds. Yeah, man. I'm not an expert, but what you're doing, what your plan is, makes the most sense for saving what the sack room was doing. And, yeah, loops are weird. I also have seen the eats the most number of rooms thing disproven one time in my own construction of my temple. There was a time where it did not eat the most rooms, and it instead did mean things to me.
I feel no pain.
Oh my god, it's so underwhelming with the sound effects off.
I feel no pain.
He feels no pain. I just realized he says that.
A relic from long ago.
Do you have any advice to speed up to level up Lit Witch from level 1? So you're rolling a new character and you want to level up fast. Use Essence Drain and Contagion. And you know, you can just buy items that have plus to skills, and it will be completely OP. You ought to be able to speed through the campaign so fast with that. VChamp says I have 3K divines. Can I make a decent version of Spark? Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Hey John Bob, I will post a link to my guide in the chat. And my most recent YouTube video breaks down the 4 variants that I offer in that guide by cost. So if you know, and you can look at the POBs for each and try to understand what the difference is and decide where you want to come in and get started and then grow from there. Oops. Went the wrong way. That's just rude. You reek of stupidity. I think these things are 3-to-1.
What's life without a little risk?
I think they're still worth like waiting the extra 2 seconds for it. 3-to-1. It feels long, but I think it's worth. Yep, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah, 4 a.m. You gotta get to bed, big guy.
Not yet.
You defile this place.
No, I don't.
Face me!
What is Greater Chaos? I wonder if I should be picking that up or not. I think it's probably pretty good because people are doing a lot of chaos spamming right now. Wow, how did I miss that guy? He was at the entrance. Does comment on COC need quality and gem slots? Yeah, definitely. No, the actual comet needs no gem slots, but quality is very good. I think it adds to the chance to repeat, which is pretty OP. But yeah, gem slots not needed. Not that they're expensive at all, right? A perfect jeweler is probably like almost free. But yeah. And it should definitely be max level and corrupted. I have a guide for how to affordably corrupt gems to level 21 if you are not familiar.
The Val has many unseen eyes.
Dude. That guy. We still don't have any locks. I'm running out of locks at an alarming rate here tonight. Weird. They are nowhere to be found. It really died? How? I haven't died solo in a temple in so long. I gotta go check what happened. That is like shocking. Let me see here. All right, so I walked up to this guy. I have 61 headhunter buffs, so I'm definitely 85 res. 6k mana. Died in one hit. I got annihilated. It's a volatile core. Wow. That is crazy. You meanie pants. How much CD blink get lowest? It depends on what version of the build you're running. In the tier 3 build, the blink, you know, that build really relies on cooldown reduction for blink and bolt from Choir of the Storm. So in that build, it gets below 1. I think somebody got it down to like 0.3 without Temporalis, which is pretty insane. This version does not care about cooldown reduction as a modifier. So the blink is over 1 second. I don't know how long it is. It's probably like 1.5 or something. 1 level 1 spirit gem and 2 locks. Or level 20 spirit gem, yeah. They are so stupid rare. I feel like they've gotten rarer too. Like I used to see them sometimes. They just don't exist anymore. I wonder if it has to do with rarity. Seems like ever since my temple got finished, I stopped dropping those.
The vow had many unseen eyes.
Is uncut gems a rarity thing? I wonder. When I blink on its Series Contempt Blood Witch, I'll blink and then it's like I fall down. Yeah, it's a bit buggy this season. The main thing I can say is that after you blink, cast a spark and get your cast speed up higher. Because you're noticing I'm blinking. I'm susceptible to the same bug. But every time I blink, it's a single tap, and then I cast a spark afterwards, and I think it kind of mitigates the pain of the bug. But yeah, it's nothing unusual to you. Everybody experiences that bug if they blink the way you're blinking. Oh, okay. So, okay, that makes sense then. Level 20 gems has to do with rarity. And I don't see them anymore because I have lots of rarity. Cool. That clears that up. Okay, they're just farming. Okay, that's crazy. That's awesome. I'm glad they have some like raw stuff to farm and not just the bases. I don't understand how people like haul all those bases back to town. Like you'd have to go back every room, it seems like. Seems like an absurd process. Supposedly increased rarity decreases the frequency of level 20 gems. And I cannot argue with that because I haven't seen one since my temple got finished. They do not exist. I also haven't dropped a chancing base since my temple was finished. So, same thing. Painfully. I believe it. Gosh. It sounds awful. Half a mirror per run in bases. Yeah, I believe it. I wonder how long a run takes, though, like, including bringing everything back and, like, organizing and selling everything.
Can oppose me.
If you did it solo, I have to imagine a run would take over an hour. But I'm sure they've got some type of, like, assembly line going on. Speed that up again a little bit. I've seen one in a year. Yep. They're pretty rare. I wonder what they cost right now. They were like 100 div back when divs were still like slightly in fashion. Divs are so out of fashion now. I thought about turning them off. Spirits are 68D. Okay, they've come down a lot then. Probably those negative rarity farmers have been bringing it down. Because it was 100 when divs were more valuable.
You reek of stupidity.
What's the point of Palm of the Dreamer? Is that the name of the Chaos one?
Remnants of a dead empire.
The point of the Chaos one is the Gloom Shrine, which has an on-death effect that deals damage based on the health of the minion. So as your temple scales in monster effectiveness, the monsters get tankier, but the Gloom Shrine doesn't care. It just does damage even more as they get tankier. So that's the point of that shrine.
You reek of stupidity. Square.
Takes them a good few hours after a session to sort through it all. They have a couple guys sorting and listing it's an operation. Yeah, I believe all that. That makes sense. I mean, doing it solo would be, like, intolerable.
Yeah, but powerful.
I wonder just how long it takes them, though, to, like, get everything out of the temple. And, like, get back into attacking. Because they did add some checkpoints, which, you know, makes it somewhat doable. Probably before it was undoable. But even with the checkpoints they added, I gotta believe that that is a really painful process.
Too soon.
I would not want to subject myself to that. Somebody asked, as he asked if he could post his his ninja in here. Yeah, for sure. Anybody can post links. I think YouTube denies the links by default, and I can't do anything about it. But Twitch, I think I have everything permitted. There's another vertex. Love to see it. And we're in the golem rooms. Sad. Falls outside of the line of what you're willing to farm. Yeah, me too. It's neat though. Like, it's really neat. And they're filling a huge niche in the market. Like, there's no scouring orb. Like, if you play PoE 1, you don't need to like infinite base farm because you can scour. But in this game, a base is a scouring orb. Just so ridiculous. Oracle Chaos Druid with Dreamer. That's cool. That room really just die that fast? It's so ridiculous. Spark Tooltip is at 1.34 in the full version of itself. And the proj speed is just like incredibly faster. I keep saying it, but I'm kind of new to it. I just changed to this variant today. So I'm still getting acquainted with it feeling so much faster. Bonkers. Whoa! I got ambushed. Finding 82 two-socket exceptional Sekima sandals would be a nice rush. What are those words? You're right. I agree. Oh my god, stuck Max. So annoying. Thank you. Without Frostwall, it would be just so annoying. Frostwall is the Lord and Savior of stuck Max. Are the new changes on Mobalytics? No, I'm still testing them. Changes have to be thoroughly and completely tested before publication. I do sometimes post interim POBs in Discord, and I can do that for this variant if anyone is wanting to switch to it. If you're noticing how insane it is and you want to switch. Tooltip on Spark, 1.363955.
None can oppose me.
7, 8, 10, 7, 9. All bad rolls on those.
You reek of stupidity.
Oh, that one. 13.
A lovely creature.
I got a couple locks, right? I got 2. Okay, cool. We're hanging in there. I feel scared if I don't have 6. It's like, oh god, I don't have 6. Oh, that's awesome, Landon. Congrats, dude.
You reek of stupidity.
That's awesome. Purple comets. Pray tell. That's the last room, I believe. Yep. He is so fast. It truly is a very fast temple. 30, 40, 50, 69, 79. Let's see if we high rolled any of these.
Ancient power.
Nope, nope, nope. Nope. And nope. And a vertex. So that was actually like a pretty poor man's temple there. 13 vertex.
It's about
92. That's pretty low. NGL is pretty low. Lock. Lock. Back down to 1 lock. Scary times.
Ship
The sandals are down to 2,400 div. Dude, that's crazy. It's like 2 locks. How rare are they? Maybe I want a base farm. That is a rush. You have me intrigued. Oh, 29? Oh, wow. Look at that. Evasion roll. These are probably worth like 35. All right. Maybe it wasn't the worst temple run ever. That random vertex just saved it. You gotta start somewhere, fishy. You gotta start somewhere, dude. Okay. I will drop this POB in the Discord for anybody who wants to look at the interim variant. Be duly warned that this could change, that there could be problems with it, that I might make updates. But yeah. Discord, filter POB. Updated Omni stack with maximum proj speed, faster temple clear, and 1.3k DPS buffed spark tooltip. If anybody wants to see it, there it is. And away we go. Really want to upgrade my chest. It's probably time. I've got about, what's a mirror, like 7,000 div, and locks are like 1,300. So I've got about 1,100 to play with. No, wait, is that right? No, 11,000. I'm crazy. 11,000 div to play with. I wonder what its series splendor is right now. It's going to require some rework of the build in general, but it's probably time. Bing.
I feel no pain.
I need more time.
Oh, wow. That room is cleared. I was looking for more monsters, and they were all gone. Proj speed OP.
I need more time. Too soon.
That guy's loud. He's very noisy. I think I saw some tangibility guys up here. Nope. Room gone.
Take you.
There's a lot more upgrades you could do in terms of like truly min-maxing, but as far as like major piece changes, yeah, either running at Series Splendor or Temporalis is like the final form.
You have made a grave mistake.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else different. I mean, adorned. Like you could go adorned with this build and replace the timeless jewel that I have, and it would be even better. Is it timeless or time lost? Time lost. Replace the time lost sapphire with an adorned setup, and it's better.
I do love to play with fire.
Boosting fire damage with Withering Presence on comets. That's kind of cool, man. Got some cool stuff going on there. Looks fun. That fire room is laggy.
I need more time.
Lock. Woohoo.
None can oppose you.
The vow hath many unseen eyes.
Who could I have missed? There he is. Wait, there's more? Got him. Weird. Those Spy Master rooms, they lit. Ah, I'm stunned. They live up to their names. Oh my god, I know. The lack of checkpoints. It's really sad sometimes. It's random too, like, well, at least to me it feels random. Sometimes I'll have one like in a room, and then 2 rooms later I have one, and then sometimes I won't have one for like a lot of rooms in a row. I'm not sure what the rhyme or reason to it is. There might be one. Just not familiar with it.
Get out of my way!
The vow hath many unseen eyes.
Too soon.
More lock medallions, please. Pretty please.
You challenge the best of the best.
I think Anoles are like 7-1 now. That's pretty good for Anoles in PoE 2. It is definitely time wasted. I mean, I'm trying to think of what the value is of not having a checkpoint in every room. Maybe there's like a component of performance issues to it. I don't know how,
The vow hath many unseen eyes.
you know, I don't know how that could be, but like, is there some type of exploit that would be more possible with a checkpoint in every room? Entire game is built to slow you down. I mean, you know,
Perhaps you will be a worthy adversary.
to some extent, for sure, one of the design goals was to have this not turn into PoE 1. In terms of visual clarity, readability, new user, like, interpretability. Now, so far, I don't think they're actually doing that great on that goal.
Out of my way!
But that is at the core of, like, why they're trying to slow us down. But the no checkpoints thing, that's just, like, that's just bad. What's up, Shelby? Here, man, I can drop you the guide. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I assumed, Azzy, like you're saying, that it was something to do with coding. Which is too bad. They ought to recode that or something. Yeah, for sure, man.
Perhaps you will be a worthy
Landon, no, the recoup is not required. It is helpful because you are mind over matter, and your health is constantly fluctuating down to like near 0. So, yeah, that recoup isn't awful. Definitely not required.
You challenge the best of the best.
Agreed, Adrenaline. Totally agree. ARPGs should not have checkpoints. Just like, it's like a flavor thing, in my opinion. Maybe I'm a little old school on that. But yeah, if there's checkpoints, there's something wrong with your ARPG. But I think they're past the point of fixing whatever that is, whatever that root wrong thing is. Thanks for the follow, Shelby.
I need more time.
Appreciate it, man. Oh, missing guys here. What the? All these guys are still left? What the heck?
Perhaps you will be a
Yeah, the maps are big. I think in some ways it's like a younger audience issue. Like, think of like Act 3 in Diablo 2. But like, it didn't need checkpoints. I just had to deal with it.
Not bad.
Nobody asked for checkpoints. Yeah, the waypoints are really different. No, it's really not. Because this game has waypoints too. Waypoints are to travel between zones. Checkpoints are to travel within the zone. I think they're definitionally different.
Death is my power to wield.
Hello? Yeah, I mean, the D2 waypoints are a little different because in this game, the waypoints are almost always at the front of the zone, whereas in D2, they're like strategically placed by content you care about. Like, I want to go to Travinkel, you get a waypoint right there, right? I want to go kill Diablo, so you got a waypoint to the River of Flame end, right? The end of the River of Flame, and then proceed. So that's a little bit different compared to this game. Agreed, Adrenaline. Agreed again.
You reek of stupidity!
I think that was in the next room. I love when my spark travels deep into the next room. Deep.
You reek of stupidity!
Tink.
None can oppose me.
What is the proj speed right now? 256? Gosh. I don't actually know what proj speed buffs there are on the rare monster modifier table. That would actually be interesting to look up. I'm going to look that up right now. Oops. Hello. There we go. Okay, wiki maybe? Modifiers. Rare. Monster. Monster modifier. Here we go. Projectile. Additional proj. That's kind of insane that we're getting that. Periodically fire mortar projectiles. 25% cast speed. Movement speed. And third. Okay, so when we get hasted with haste aura, it's 55% increased cast speed. That's probably where the additional proj speed is coming from. I like it that the zones are so big in PoE2, though. People say that is not good. Yeah, generally people have complained about that. And the reason they came up with checkpoints is so that it would resolve the pain of the zone being so big.
Death, take you.
It never really bothered me too much. I find it a little bit more annoying in the temple because to go from zone 1 to zone 70 in the temple is like, that can be like a 10-minute journey. So, and it's very redundant, right? All the content is cleared. You're not exploring. The map is predefined and revealed, basically. So yeah, in the context of the temple, I'm a little more impatient for zone size resolution. But in the context of the campaign and maps, I was never really actually bothered by it, even though I didn't think it was ideal. Sobasi, you can see everything about the tree in the guide.
Rather beautiful.
All your questions may be answered by a beautiful guide I have crafted, or just POBs. Those are there too. A lot of people find that a guide is less than a POB, and I understand such people. Here you go, Saul. I got you, man. I got you. Here it comes. One more question about the amulet. Can I do without the percentage of increased health? I mean, it depends on what content you're wanting to do. But in terms of that amulet, priority 1 is the spirit. Build won't work without it. Priority 2 is the spell skills. Unbelievable damage increase. Overall utility increase, of course, always with spell skills. And then number 3 is probably the life modifiers. So this is the third most important thing on the amulet, in my opinion.
None can oppose me.
Hello? Do we have stuck Max? Here you are. Rude. Rude Max. Sully, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is P2 Temple Carry. Slightly modified. And I just posted the updated POB to Discord because it's what I currently have on does not match the guide loadout exactly because I'm testing out some changes. Yeah, Anton, for sure I can. It may be in Discord. I don't know if I've posted there or not, but I can share it out. Hodamatsi. Thanks for the follow, Hodamatsi. Here is the public filter. And I will post that here as well. Okay. Moving on.
You reek of stupidity.
Azzy, I just read what you did, the portal. That's brutal, man. My buddy and I were playing P2 and we were like testing some things out and we both died. And we were like, I don't know, 45 rooms deep in the chain. Like, oh, let's respawn a checkpoint. And it like sent us back to the beginning. It's like, you're kidding me, dude. And you can't just like leave your temple. You need the locks, so you have to kind of finish things out. What are we? Room 73? 2 more rooms to go here. Tink. This one felt a little lighter than others. I think my rarity's still good. It's still 134 rarity. It's pretty solid. Yeah, this was low. What was my extra room on this one? Commander, 15% effectiveness. Seems good, but I guess because of the breakpoints, it's not actually that amazing. I'm going from budget to 400D version. How do you scale the damage? Headhunter will help a lot. I would think 400D version is switching to the Gloom Shrine Scepter, which is insane added damage. I can't remember if it does, but I hope that it does. It should. Because that scepter is not very expensive anymore. In fact, upgrading that variant is probably not 400 divine anymore. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 61. That was really low. 37 in Knowles, which is like 5 divs. So that's 66. Let's see if we high rolled any of these.
From long ago.
No rolls there either. Wow. That was like least profitable temple in a while.
Good news.
Thanks for the follow, by the way. Telesell. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the conversation. Very awesome. Appreciate you all. I do. Back we go. Yo, Sin. Thanks for the follow. Sin 2384. The man is a sinner. Can I go like that? Maybe he named himself after the PoE sin.
Predictable, as always.
Fallen material replacement.
Death is my power to you.
Oh my god, what a nightmarish first room. Sleepy Max everywhere. Mirror this run, I'm calling it. Dude, I'll come over there and give you a kiss through your computer screen if that happens. They named that guy after me. Oh, awesome. Well played. I'll bet you a kiss. Bet you a kiss, babe. I love watching the commander get annihilated. There's so many comments that hit him in the face. It's so great. He does his jump and then he just gets slammed with comments. What's the new tack? The helmet's actually the same. I just reskinned it. The new tack is stacking proj speed, basically. Some gem reworks and tree reworks for more proj speed. Which has netted us 150k more DPS. Which is kind of irrelevant. The relevant part is the sparks now all reach every corner of a temple room. So they're like way more efficient at clearing than before. What are those things flying around? Doesn't look like spark? I know they're crazy, right? They're triple infused sparks, so they look more gnarly. They're cold infused, and then they have extra lightning infusion and fire infusion from the flame wall, from the lightning infused flame wall. And yeah, it doesn't quite look like a spark, but it is. It's still just spark. I assure you. I'm with you, Azzy. I'm with you. I feel the bitterness. You reek of stupidity. And this guy says you defile this place. Also rude. Finally a divine. I was feeling weird. I just got stunned again. Must be a little bit of lag tonight going on. Infuseception. Exactly. Yo, dog, yo. I heard a random tink. Is it back here? Nope. Oh, but there's a lock medallion. Oh! Yes! You must not have life tap in it. It's got to have life tap. Telly says, can somebody look at my build, make sure I have more damage? If you can get into our Discord, we have a channel for this archetype. And you can upload a PoE.ninja export. and many kind folks will lend you a hand, myself included. After the stream, I try to catch up on that channel especially and offer assistance. London servers were cooked tonight too. Okay. Australian servers got cooked. I wonder if there's like a little bit of a server reset going on at AWS or something. Whoa. Medallions conspiring against you? I've heard that story many times this season. Told that story myself a few times. Yo, Dizzy, thanks, man. Thanks for coming by just to say that nice thing. Appreciate you. What have you been playing this season, if not Blood Mage? Bezos looped his temple. Nice one. Nice. How many locks do I have? I have 2 locks. Okay. I think in some ways I'm going so fast that I'm not seeing the locks before I leave the room. I think they're like back here like they were in that one room. Because my room speed clear has like increased. Oh. If previously I was clearing a room in like 40 seconds, I'm now doing it in 20. To chill out for a little bit and make sure there's not a lock. Using at series, what spirit gem? So if you do your amulet better than me, and you over quality some of your gems, you can still run all of them. There's a way. There's math in there. But if I had to remove one on this build I'm exactly running right now, I would probably remove Siphon Elements and just abandon ship on the infusions. That would be my approach. Happens more in the Molten Room. Okay. Probably because it drops after that boss finally like drops his loot or something. That's a good point. Paduro. Yeah, I get paranoid about locks, like, in general. I did, you know, during my temple construction, I never had trouble with locks. There wasn't a single time where I was like, oh god, I'm going to run out of locks and my temple's going to start eating itself. And I think that is because I ran the temple with a lot of light radius. If a lock is in the fog, it will not show. You will not see it. So yeah, if your temple is currently under construction, you might look into some light radius for your temple clears. It'll help you see the medallions. Here's one. Hey. Speaking of. Last year, a Lightning Spear on Zon. Of course, made a Druid early. Nice. Dude, I thought Lightning Spear was really fun. Enjoyed Amazon Spears so much. It does sound, though. Wait, the medallions make a sound? Get out. That would be life-changing. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me. Yeah, I heard it's pretty good still. I didn't try it since the nerf, but I'm not surprised. Just the mechanics of it. It's like with Spark. When the mechanical component of a skill is really good for clear, it's just... There's almost always a way to make it good in this game. Yeah, both games, I guess. Cold Spark Pathfinder? That's awesome. Waystone modifier. Yay. Haven't seen that medallion much either. Yep, exactly. At some point, the mechanical component of your skill is the one thing you can't really adjust that much, and so you're down to the skills that have the best component in that regard. What's up, Fopo? Here's build guide, dude. Hey! Guy was so angry. You have made a grave mistake. Yep, exactly. Essence Ring Contagion. Can't lose. I went for a second socket on that. Yeah, it is time to make commands. It is. It's long overdue. Probably isn't even that hard to do. Could do like Nightbot. I think it's like the most lightweight bot, or at least it was. I hate though. I hate when it's like out of date though. I can just link to like my Mobalytics page, and then it will always work. Look at the sparks go through the whole room. It's so cool. Just got stunned again. It's so laggy tonight. I think Big Robot dropped a divine. He did. True. Very true, Padeo. Wait. Another lock. Yay. J Medallion. We love you. MVP Medallion. Fourth Vertex. Don't mind if I do. Remember when Vertex was rare? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Double tink off of this guy. Nice. Hello? That robot also drops medallions late. Okay. Interesting. So if I'm ever really short of medallions, I should backtrack all these unique monsters that have late drops. It's good to know as insurance. Like if I hopped into a temple with 0 locks, I would probably go really slow and do that. Yeah, it's probably time to build a temple if you want loot. I mean, locks have like doubled in value or price, I guess. Maybe not value. I think they're like 700 though at the beginning of the week. Kind of ridiculous. What's the best guide out there for explaining how to build it? I mean, I've made 3 videos on the archetype. I'm trying to think. I think my first one is most like explicit about what is this build, how does it work, how are we killing things. And then my most recent one is explicit about what are the different variants and which one do I need and what can I afford. I mean, one thing about building a late temple is you know, the next PoE 1 season is still not for like 6 weeks. So, you know, you could still have some great temple time if you build one over the course of the next 2 weeks. Seems valuable to me. And then if you don't even play PoE 1, like, there's so much PoE 2 left. In terms of the season length, anyway. How to build the temple. The most popularized creator for temple guides is Milky BK. So if you search Milky BK on YouTube, there's a lot of good temple videos this season. I think he's got one on like beginner guide, you know, learn everything type of thing. Nexor, thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Robert Richard. You tried placing rooms, then going back to mapping and coming back. It gave me 6 more rooms. What? You're kidding, Robert. No way. Hello. That's it. That's another temple. 12 minutes later. Another one bites the dust. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 64. It's still kind of low overall. But I'm not complaining.
A relic
Whoa.
from long ago. An ancient power.
6510. Bad, bad. 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 Not getting any good venters tonight. It's 12, 12, 15. There's a 6. That should be worth a bit. Yeah. Here we go. And 28 in Knolls. This is like a 75 divine temple. Verdicts, maybe 85. Pretty low still compared to the good ones, but. Lag, 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 lag. Oh my god. Okay, got it.
Oh, it's you. I'll do what I can to sell it for you.
Oops. Wrong thing. All right. Not bad. Let's check our lock and mirror price tonight. I have divines. I want a lock. 889 is not even close to enough. These were 1100 to start the day, I swear. This is crazy. It sure does, Sin. It sure does. And 6,760. Wait, what is that math? 1317? What is that times 6? 7,900? What? Couldn't you just flip locks and mirrors and make tons of divines? Am I crazy? Why aren't people doing that? Why is there such a gap? Weird. Pretend you didn't see that. That's pretty cool, Hobo Dad. Logbooks are fun to farm, too. I think they're really fun to farm. Ooh, sorry, Torrent. So sorry, man. That is not a good time. Maybe read a book or something tonight. All right, everyone. It's past 12 o'clock on the east coast of the U.S., the southeast coast. I got to head out. I'm going to drop my Mobalytics page here. And I'll drop a link to the Discord as well, in case you have not joined. DMC, thanks for the follow. Hobo Dad, thanks for the follow. Adrenaline, thanks for the follow. Dude, everyone, thanks for the support. Thank you all for being here tonight, hanging out, asking questions, joining conversations. Really fun to be with you all. I'll catch you on the next stream. Enjoy your temple building. If you have questions, come on by and post them here in Temple Talk. There's lots of good helpers in here. And if you have questions on the build, come on by here and post them in the Blood Mage Spark build. I will check all the questions I can find that I haven't answered in here before bed tonight. So hopefully can help you out if you need it. Again, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Good night. Good night.